Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And first of all, I would like to apologize if you hear some background noises. It appears that one of my neighbors is reconstructing a part of the house, and therefore there is some noises coming from outdoors as they are loading in containers and stuff like that, with trash from removed stuff from homes, and you get what I mean. So there might be a bit background noises, or maybe even a truck driving past, etc. And yeah, you know, I can't really plan my life 100% according to what my neighbors are planning on doing. All hail for them for renovating their homes. But anyhow, any yarn talk video can't really happen without me having my faithful mug of tea here, which today is the autumn blend. So it's Pickwick's autumn blend, and it's basically a black tea with a flavor of apple and cinnamon. So it has this lovely autumn vibes. And you might even have noticed as well that I have this sort of knitted shirt on, and that's a sweater that my mom knitted for me, and it is really getting this weather for starting to wear sweaters again, at least when autumn really starts to hit. I tend to really quickly get cold until I get used to the temperatures, and yeah, I'm just generally favoring summer. But the good thing about winter is that we can wear some of our warm sweaters. So last summer, not this past summer, but last year summer, so summer of 2022, I bought some 100% merino yarn from Ice, and this sweater is the result. She knitted this for me. It's a part of our pattern that we over time has developed together. There is a design that I had in mind, and my mom is the lovely person who's doing the hard knitting part. Maybe I should learn to knit this before I don't have her anymore, though I really hope I still have her for at least another 20-30 years. But yeah, we never really know. We don't really have anything to say about that. But I did promise you when I got this yarn haul, and I will share that yarn haul because you can see how the hanks looked in that yarn haul. I will share that yarn haul in the description box down below should you be interested in watching it. And I think we tried writing down the pattern more descriptively to maybe release it. But I'm going to just get out of my chair so you can see how this sweater looks on me. And this is just a lovely, nice, variegated yarn that she used for it. And it has this like center where it is in the center knits down. And the hand has also this sort of V shape to it. And I always like extra long sleeves to help keep my wrists warm. And it also goes down in a point here at the below. I can't really show it probably because the shirt is longer than what I stand, but it kind of just covers. So the shirt goes down like this, or the sweater goes down like this, and it does cover the top bit of my bum. So you don't have this cold stretch between where your pants start and where your top ends. This is a little bit longer, and I really enjoyed this. And I do believe she used, I don't know how many hanks she used, 6 maybe? I think I bought 8 and she might have used 6. Obviously she can tell me. She still has the last one, and I'm still not completely out what I want to make from those last yarns, but she has those at home. And it's 100% merino wool, so it's really like lovely and soft, and I really love how this has merled out in a knit. So yeah, this was a lovely yarn from Ice. So yes, as I said, I will share that yarn haul in the description box down below. And in that yarn haul, there is also the specific numbers for exactly this 100% merino, should you be interested. So yeah, I'm gonna share that obviously down below. But let's talk about a lot other things than tea and my sweater. Let's talk about the things I've done since last time. So I've progressed well on some projects. I also had to do some shopping this weekend to renew some stuff in home. And I dropped by one of the yarn stores. Actually, I dropped by two. And one of them was so messy. And it's more like these small stores that's not necessarily 100% focusing on yarn. They do have all sorts of hobby-like things. And one of it was like, it was so crowded. I would have recorded for you guys and made a yarn haul video. But it was so crowded there that I could barely like do something decent. So I was like, this is gonna be too busy and it's gonna be too complicated. So I ended up not recording, but I did buy yarn, 2 yarns. So I will share those with you in this video later towards the end, and tell you my thoughts behind those buys. So I almost finished my Lovey, which I had almost finished last time. I have gotten so far that I've pinned the items together. I just need to sew them. I haven't gotten around that because I focused on a few other aspects of my projects. So I just need to sew it together and spend a few moments doing that basically. But I pinned it together. So this is how the teddy bear will look. As you can see, we have some pins sitting, but please ignore the pins. And then of course, what we will get is this blanket that will go underneath somehow. And then you have your Lovey, right? So that's kind of how it's going to look, and you can imagine it a little bit more like this. So I just need to sew the pieces together. You can see I have the long threads for doing so. Of course, I have the lovely, and it's really, this Boheme Fine Velvet from GoHandmade is a really absolutely lovely velvet yarn to work with. So I just need to sew this together, and I have myself a Lovey, which is awesome, obviously. And that's pretty much for how far I got for this finished project. Then I have worked on my baby blanket, and the baby blanket has progressed really well because I finished the 3rd round of the pink. So I am going to pull it up here. And the only thing I'm missing is basically connecting these. So this is the start of the round and this is the end. And the reason I haven't done that is because I need to change to white for making the last 2 rounds of white, and then I'm done. Like 2 rounds left. Well, technically it's 4 rounds because I need to make the round with the V-stitches. And then I need to make the shells. I need another round of V-stitches and then a round of shells, and then I'm done. So, but still, like 2 rounds of shells left. And then we are done. So basically we're just adding 2 rounds of white to this white border. And I'm realizing it's a lot bigger than I really thought I would make it. So no wonder it's taking so long, especially with everything else I'm doing, of course. So that's basically, I will be adding 2 rounds of, so that's probably like this more, which will be 2 rounds of white added on top. And then it's done. And the reason for 2 rounds is that 1 round of white will still leave a little bit, you know, that will only be like 1 shell, and then you can see it won't be fully covered. So that's why I'm going for 2 rounds. So 3 rounds of pink on all this baby pink. I spent almost a full skein. This is the amount I have left of my full skein. I need to roll it up on a ball. And the skein started like this. This is just like the sales yarn I got, which is 100% acrylic. And it has this, you can see it here as well. It has this sort of speckle effect or shiny effect to it. So I have a full skein left. I can definitely make something of that. I just don't know what. But yeah, and of course this. I might double layer some yarn and make some hats. I don't really know. Haven't really decided actually what I'm gonna make from it. It's just going to my yarn stash because I don't need any more baby pink for this project. This is the last I have left from the last skein I used, and then I have a full skein more of the white. And I do believe I have another couple of white skeins upstairs. So I do have plenty of yarn to finish up this project, and I'm really looking forward to having this finished. And that's definitely something I've been working on this past week. And I've kind of decided with myself that I should work at least a half an hour on it every day to help speed up this I want to have it done feeling, because obviously I've been working on it for so long that it's just nice to get the project out of my way, so to say, and do something else, like do a new project. It's time, right? It's just, we've talked about this baby blanket for I feel like half a year, if not longer. And of course, it's part of it is also, I'm not sure if I've really worked on it for every week. I work on it most weeks, but I really have quite some time where I haven't, or it's just because it takes so long. Like half an hour, I don't even get a side done, right? So it takes like 2-3 hours to get a full round done. Of course, the V-stitches they're quicker because it's just like double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 5, double crochet, chain 1, etc. And you just like keep going around and around. So they go pretty quick, but the shells is like 7 double crochets into the V-stitch, and then a chain 1, another chain 1, sorry, a single crochet in the prior shell from the past round, and then another. So the double crochets just takes much longer. That's just how it is. Let's see, what did I else do? The good news is, and this I think is really good news, at least for some of you guys, I finished the main recording for my Leafy Shawl tutorial. Yay! That's taking some time, a lot more time than I really anticipated it would take. A part of it is also due to other challenges in life, such as being sick when I had planned to do a lot of recording. We can't always control what life throws at us. It does some throw curveball. And I have this project box where I have the cake in standing, and I am going to show you how far we have gotten. The only thing is, now after I had pre-recorded this, I realized that I could have done it a bit differently, but I'm not going to change that now, I think. So I might, it's a little bit of the wording on how to do the repeats. Well, not the repeats itself, because the description, how I'm doing it, is good. It's more, I'm going to check how I can best do it. I might have to edit a part of the intro to the repeating rounds, an outro, or I'll just make a simple ad, because basically what I'm saying is, so round 5, 6, and 7 are the repeating rounds, which is what I'm working on right now. And then you need to have enough yarn over to do another 2 rounds. Though the second last round is actually just one more round 5, and it's only the last round on the edge that's different. I'll have to think a bit about it, but you know, I have some time to think about, because obviously this will not be done in a week. But as you can see, we are actually starting to progress, and you can see leaves here. Woohoo! And this is the gorgeous yarn that I'm using for it, which is the Hobby Twister Zen Garden. It's colorway 52. They are 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. And I am working from the outside of the cake towards the center. And it has this autumn wipe, I think. And you can slowly see the color changes coming up here underneath. So I don't think I have that many rounds to go before I start getting a bit lighter green. And yeah, basically my goal now is to crank out a lot of rounds, because I still have this goal that I want to have this tutorial done before Christmas. or at least have it as a premiere video around Christmas or New Year. That's kind of my goal right now. You can use other cake yarn for this. I still recommend like a 2-weight yarn. If should you do a 3-weight yarn, then obviously you would either do lesser rounds and you would expect it to be a bit more thick. But if you want a more like lacy fine weight, I would definitely recommend a 2-weight cake yarn. It could be the Hobby Twister like this one, but it could also be Yarn Art Cakes, Rose Garden, or it could be Flowers from Yarn Art. And of course we have Hobbies, the twister here, but you could also use Cotton Kings, like a Cotton Kings Deluxe, or just general Cotton King Sultan. So you have Sultan Deluxe. That could also work. That's just 100% cotton, but that could definitely work as well for this. Or one of the many different types of cakes. You either get in 100% acrylics or in cotton from Pletta. Pletta has an assortment of lovely cakes. And they also have different types of materials, and they could also easily be used for years. And you will even experience me giving away cakes from all these brands with my giveaways. And of course, I do have a giveaway coming up on Thursday. So if you haven't done yet, I do recommend to subscribe to this channel, because hey, who don't want to get the opportunity to win some yarn? And it does require to be subscribed to win my giveaways, but also hit the notification so you get notified whenever I do post new videos, because I'm always talking about yarn on this channel. But yeah, that's pretty much the thing that I got a nice progress done on my Leafy Shawl, and it's really ready for me to just crank out those rounds. Meanwhile, that I think a little about how I handle the tutorial part. And I really first noticed that I had done this when I was kind of too late. And I'm not gonna re-record it. It's just gonna take too much time. So I might just say, hey, now we are ready to prepare for the edge. We need to do one more round 5 and then do that and then actually do the edging. Yeah, I think that's how it's gonna be. And of course it needs some blocking and a photo and a bit of that. But yeah, I really have a hefty goals laid out for me, because that's a lot of yarn to get cranked up. And I don't have anyone that crochets my projects for me or what like not. Everything is done by me, and I do have a bunch of other things that I do in real life, such as work. I work full time, 40 hours a week, for those that's wondering. And sometimes it's more than 40 hours a week. It kind of depends. Like last week, I worked almost 42 hours. So hey, cheers. I do get paid overtime though, when I do have overtime. So then I'm also busy with the unicorns. So as you know, at least if you followed my channel a bit, I am making 2 unicorns for Christmas. These 2 unicorns are Christmas presents for my cousin's daughters, and they're actually going pretty well so far. I am making them in Honey Bunny from Hobby, which is a lovely chenille yarn. It's really nice and soft. The Honey Bunny here is 100% polyester. A skein like this is a full skein. The yarn I've left from the first skein is like this so far. But a full skein is 100 grams to, which is 3.5 ounces, to 120 meters, which is 131 yards. 100% polyester. They recommend a crochet hook of 7 millimeters. I'm actually using a 4.5 intentionally. Because I don't need it so airy, I need dense, so make sure that the filling doesn't fall out of the amigurumis, obviously. It can be washed at 40 degrees. Don't tumble dry and don't bleach. Lay flat to dry, don't iron, can be dry cleaned. It's gonna be an amigurumi, so I'm actually not wanting to put it in the dryer, right? Next to this, I am also working with this yarn, which is Ice Yarns, and it's the chenille, baby chenille from Ice. And the thing is, it's 100% compatible with the honey bunny from hubby. I got it in an ice yarn haul, and this is really equally lovely, soft and nice to work with, and they really work up together nicely. I'm using the gray for the hoofs and the white for the body. I did not have all the mane and tail and horn yarn I have upstairs. I did not bring it down, but that's mainly cotton, and then I have a shiny, like a golden yarn thread I'm going to throw in together when I'm making the horn. I've made the body of the first unicorn. So that's basically like this. It's not been sewn together, so right now it looks like this. And all the way from the very beginning to the end of this body is no sew. The only part I've sewn is sewing threads in, like sewing in the ends. I did not need to sew the legs on, they are crocheted on. So that's really nice, as you can see. That's really nice. So you can't really 100% see, but if I do like this, you can see it's kind of standing. And right now I am slowly working on the head and the neck, which is eventually gonna get crocheted on, and then it's gonna be mane and tail, etc, etc. But I have started so far on the head, which is what you can see here. And this is the nose part of it. So it's moving up here to prepare for eye sockets. At least that's how I'm understanding. And I need to, whoops, prepare for more rounds of increases. So you can't really see what this is gonna be yet, but this is going to be like a head kind of thing. I'm just following this lovely pattern. Did I share a link to the pattern below? I should be. It's a bought pattern that I bought. I originally wanted to make the confetti unicorns from hubby, but I found this pattern and I thought it was, actually, I just thought it was much more nice. So that is why I ended up changing the pattern. Because it just seemed a bit more realistic, and I like realism. Like, I think the chubby amigurumis and so on, they're really cute. But in this case, I just want a little bit more realism. I can easily imagine this pattern also being used just for a horse, just like remove the horn. We will see when I'm done. I need to find also safety eyes for when I get there. And as you can see down here, this is the hooves section. This is the two different yarns, and you can see they go really nice together and blend in really nice together. And if I like go over them like this, I'm not really saying I would feel a big difference in the yarns. Like, they feel extremely compatible. So that's a great deal, especially because this yarn is cheaper than the Honey Bunny, and I did get the Honey Bunny on sale. But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy a little bit nice, good ice yarns, and that's what I like about ice, right? They have great prices. Actually, they have really great prices. They just charge a fortune for shipping, but still, mostly when the yarn is getting delivered, it's often cheaper than others. It's not always cheaper. I think that's very fair to say. It's not always cheaper to buy ice. Depends on what you're trying to replace it with. Because there are some yarns from Papatia, for example, which I'm 99% sure are the same yarns, but for me, at least in Europe, it can be cheaper to buy the Papatia version opposed to buying them directly from ice, because of taxes and import taxes and stuff like that. But it's not like massively far off. And sometimes ice have different colors than you can obtain elsewhere, and then you can debate, do you think these different colors are worth $1 more per skein, example wise. As I said to you at the start of this yarn talk video, is that I did visit some stores to get, not only to get some yarn, I decided to go past some of the yarn stores And I ended up doing a small yarn haul, and I'm going to share that with you guys. And the first yarn that I got is this Julia yarn from Seaman, which is, this is like a very soft yarn. And it's 100 grams skein, so that's 3.5 ounces to 170 meters. So that's probably like 190 yards. It's 80% acrylics and it's 20% wool. And as you can see, it's, so obviously you can see the halo from the wool, which is a little bit part of it. You can clearly see the how it's twisted together, the yarn. It says you can wash it at 30 degrees. Don't iron, don't tumble dry, don't bleach, can be dry cleaned, probably lay flat to dry. It's of course Oeko-Tex branded 100 as well, which is mean it's tested against any harmful substances. They say you need 300 grams for a child sweater or 600 grams for an adult. They recommend 7 to 8 millimeter knitting needles or 6 to 7 millimeter crochet hook. I think you could also easily use a 5, but that's different. But that's a Julia, and it's this beige white color. I got this because I needed some contrast color for some variegated yarns, which is actually the Puppeteer Joyful yarns that I made a hat of a while ago. And I just, because I don't think I have enough yarn in the cake I had left, or in the skein I had left, to make another hat. And I'm not also 100% sure if there's enough to make a headband. So this was the hat that I made from the Joyful yarn back then. You do maybe remember this. It's just like maybe a month old or so since I made it. And I made it in this yarn. This is what I have left. And I have less than 50% left, so I know that I don't have enough for a new beanie. So what I wanted to do was actually to make it striped, like to make a couple of stripes of white and then maybe make a section of blue and then maybe turn back to white, because these two yarns seems really, really comparable, especially when I hold them up together. Like this. Look. Whoop. See if I can do it a bit better. These are very comparable. Absolutely. And this is also 80% acrylic and 90% wool. So it's perfect. A full Puppeteer skein looks like this. This is just another colorway in green. And this could work easily as well. Actually, this works better, I would say, than the blue. So maybe I might try to see if I can get a headband out of the blue and then combine these two. This is a little bit longer on the yard, but the skeins are weighing the same. But if I really hold up the yarns next to one another and feel the thickness, I would say they're extremely compatible. So that's why I got this one, to make sure that I could actually use the leftovers of these in a proper way and waste less. And what did I pay for this yarn? It doesn't even say. I think it was like €2 something. It was pretty cheap actually. I do think the Joyful yarns might have been a better buy, because I did get the Joyfuls on discount. The Julia I didn't, but let's just say it was €2.50 maybe. I don't know, around that. Or 3? No, it was less than 3, I think. Not super important, but that's why I got it. Because it was compatible both in yarn contents, but also in thickness. And I know that they had it, and I went to the store and I was like, okay, it seems pretty close, but I actually didn't have brought any of the Joyful yarns with me. I just bought it and hoped for the best. In worst case, you can always just make a hat from it, right? So, and while I was in the Seaman store, I came across some other yarns, which I was like, this feels really nice, and I want to make a shawl of it. So I bought all the yarn that was left, basically. That was what I did. I bought all the yarn left because, well, not of the whole store, but of this color. And then I hope I have enough. It's gonna be a small shawl. It's this party yarn. And this yarn was €3.29. And I know this yarn was more expensive than the Julia. So it's probably like €2.70, €2.50, €2.70. Anyhow, €3.29 is what this lovely yarn has cost. And look at this, isn't it gorgeous? It's really, really gorgeous. It's a colorway 61, and it's called a Party. I would definitely call it a party color. This is a 91% acrylics and 9% polyester. The polyester is the metallic feeling you have, shine to this yarn. These skeins, this is 100 gram, and that's 3.5 ounces. And for those, I get 250 meters of yarn, which is like 275, 280 maybe yards of yarn. Can be washed at 30 degrees, so that's 85 Fahrenheit. Don't bleach, don't put it in the tumble dryer, don't iron, can be dry cleaned. They recommend a 4 to 5 millimeter knitting needles or 3 to 4 millimeter crochet hook. You need 400 grams for a small sized sweater for a child, or 600 grams for an adult sweater. I would probably say 7 in my case. And that's basically, they recommend you to make a swatch before starting your project to make sure you have enough yarn, etc, etc. So the thing is, there was only 3 skeins left. 4 would probably have been a bit more safe bet for a good shawl. But I think you can always, in worst case, like make a nice knit cowl of it. So I got 3 skeins of this absolutely gorgeous yarn. I decided I had to have it, so I bought it. That was the last 3 skeins left. I've seen they've had this yarn also in other colors, like beige. I think it was like white beige. Maybe, or was it a salm, more like a salm colored. But yeah, I think it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous blue. I'm going to make some sort of shawl or cowl from it, and it's like, while it's 100% acrylic, this is not scratchy. It's like, you can hear it, but that's more like lurex. But when you feel it like this, it's not stiff. You can hear the yarn, but it's not stiff, and it's definitely scarfable. Could also make a really, really awesome sweater, but that's a little bit too shiny for me. I'd rather just keep it as a cowl, I think. Cowl or shawl. So that's what I'm planning on making of this, though I have so many projects uplined that I don't think I will be starting anytime soon. But I bought the yarn because now I have it. It's awesome, absolutely awesome. And it's chain spun, actually. Totally forgot to mention that. See, like, if we can look up at it close. Let's see. Do you please zoom on this? You can see it's chain spun. Definitely see it's a chain spun yarn. So, yeah, chain spun. So that's pretty much it for this time's yarn talk video. Let's just quickly go through what the plan is and the scheduling is for this channel, as we usually do. And of course, today we have our yarn talk. On Thursday, I am back with a brand new giveaway video. And if everything goes well, I need to check my stash first, because I am usually destashing some when I am hosting my giveaways. But I hope it to be a little bit more Halloween inspired, because we are just around Halloween. So it makes really good sense to make a Halloween inspired giveaway, even though Halloween might be nice and over when you receive your prize. You will have it for making a Halloween project for next year. So I think that's a cool idea. So we have a Halloween inspired giveaway coming up on Thursday on this channel. And then on Friday, we have a new yarn haul video, which is going to be my, let's see, what is, yes, it's my 3rd official yarn haul from Tweedehands Woolwinkel, which is a small yarn store here in the Netherlands. And I have an absolutely lovely cake, Wonderball cake, coming up in that one, and some other yarns, some scheepjes. which I'm really looking forward to share with you guys. And then of course I'll be back Monday with a new yarn talk video. And until I'm back on Monday with a new yarn talk video, I will be progressing on all my projects, such as the baby blanket. I will make some more rounds on this shawl because I have really a lot of work to do here to make sure that my tutorial is ready. And I think it's a really, really nice goal to have that one ready for Christmas. And if it's ready before then I'm still going to schedule it for Christmas, because during the Christmas time, I will have 2 yarn talk videos, which I will likely not be doing, because the first one will be on Christmas Day. And on Christmas Day, I will be with my family. So I'm not going to do any yarn talk videos. And that's simply, you know, I'll be in Denmark and I do my yarn talk videos right now. It is Monday morning. I am actually recording on a Monday morning and editing quickly and throwing it online. And the following yarn talk will be on New Year's Day. And I'm probably also just going to be relaxing and spend some time with my partner on that day. So that's pretty much why I want to have this ready for then, because then I can use that as a nice way of launching it. Because obviously it's nice for me to have things planned for those that might want to spend some time watching some YouTube. So that's pretty much it. Plenty of things for me to come and plenty of things for me to do, and more things coming up. So thank you for watching, and I wish you a great day and happy crafting, and until I see you again, take care and stay healthy.